$20,100. The taxable value then is the number that is used to determine the tax rate. It's multiplied by the millage rate. So $20,000 as half of the fair market value multiplied by 0.009, equates to the $38 tax increase per year that the city is promoting. Now this home, well, that's the details. This home here sold in Troy as well last month, and it sold for $200,000. So the assessed value is, or the taxable value is $100,000 times the millage rate, 1.9. That equals a $190 increase per year in taxes. Or in 5 years, it's $950 increase in taxes. I might go back and point out that, first of all, the house that sold for $40,000 last year sold for $130,000 in November of 1998. That means that the previous owner of this home lost $90,000 worth of equity, not to speak of the money that he put into improvements and renovations and upkeep. This home sold 5 years ago for $345,000. That's $145,000 equity loss that this previous owner incurred as a result of the declining values. Those are the people that I'm concerned about, not the city management. We also have the Troy Sports Center. I'm a proud hockey mom. This gentleman that owns this institution is going to incur $20,000 a year more. I'm more concerned about this businessman raising the price of services.
All right, thank you, Janice. Thank you on the no team. All right, questions and answers. And again, from the audience, if you have any questions, please give the questions to the people collecting them, and we'll try to move along. Each side will get a 1-minute response, and then the other side will get a 30-second rebuttal. Let me start by asking the yes side. We'll start here. We'll just go back and forth. From the yes side, at a time when Oakland County is experiencing record unemployment, how can the council justify increasing taxes? Isn't this the same type of illogical disconnect that is pervasive in our troubled state and federal government?
Okay. No, actually, it's a very sound, long-range move. You have to have some long-term vision here if we are not to go down the tubes. Yes, these houses are selling for less. Clearly, all of us have taken a hit on our houses. The problem is that the city and county data, the 12% premium that a Troy house brings, means that it loses 12% less than a comparable house elsewhere in Oakland County. That means as if the services disappear, and the premium must be due to the quality of life services. If we vote down the millage and the quality of life services disappear, then that premium should disappear, and you should take an extra 12% hit. You'd be glad to have these numbers. You want 12% worse? So you should look at the tax not as a tax that takes money out of your pocket, but rather as an insurance policy that will keep the money in your house. And that's the long-term view of this. Also, you'll pay, even with the millage, you'll pay less in taxes in coming years than you will today. No one's tax will go up with the millage.
Rebuttal?
Yes, this is, to answer the question, this is similar to the out-of-control spending that's occurred at the state level and to a certain extent at the federal level. And in fact, this is, in my view, an extreme, I would use the word outrageous situation where the 29% is almost, it is unique. 250 municipalities in metropolitan Detroit, and we're the one that's at 29%. I think the city has to get its own house in order before it comes to our houses for more money.
All right, question to the no team. What happened to all the extra tax dollars that were collected during the boom years prior to 2008?
That's an excellent question. And in fact, my response to that would be the presentation of the city with respect to this proposed extreme increase is, gee, we'll take care of ourselves over the next, I think they said 6 years. Apparently they didn't know where they were 6 years ago in terms of where they were going to be today. So how can they possibly predict where they're going to be 6 years from now? And I think the fact is that this city, with intentions, whether they're good or not, has not come into the reality that it has to adjust its own spending in line with what's available. And in fact, the notion of a millage is exactly that. the cost associated with the millage to the resident is supposed to go down if the housing value goes down. And in fact, this is a 29% increase from what you otherwise would pay. Pure and simple.
All right, yes, Steve Rebuttal?
As a matter of fact, there has been no excess funds collected. They have been trimming the budget every year. If they had excess funds, we wouldn't be here. We would have been screaming if they had collected more money than they needed in the past. We are still running the slimmest ship in the county.